first came into Victory Performance, I came in because I had torn my ACL skiing in my right knee. And honestly, I really had no idea what the future was going to bring. When I came in, I wasn't even bearing weight on it. Nobody had told me that I could. And that's after seeing a couple of doctors and looking for a physical therapist. I had talked to probably 10 different places. And Santo at Victory Performance was the first person that made me feel really supported. And he made time in his schedule on the weekend to see me basically right away. Maybe after a little bit of begging on my side, but still, he's a busy guy, and he was able to really feel how much I needed him to be there for me without even knowing me. So I might have come in with an ACL tear, and I still have an ACL tear, but I've gained so much confidence and support and strength and even flexibility through my time here. Anytime I go to a new doctor, or even to a doctor in general, I find that I'm not really looking forward to it because, past experiences of going and having to wait and then only spending, a short amount of time with the actual doctor that you came to see doesn't leave a very good taste or experience for the patient. And I have been to a physical therapist in the past, and my experience has been just not so personal. When you are going to someone to help you with something, it's very personal for you. And at least it is for me. And, when you receive treatment that can be less personal at times and quite short, and you might be left with a ton of questions, it's not very helpful. And that was not the case from the moment that I talked to Santo on the phone to up until now. Coming here really made me feel like I was seen, that my needs were seen, and even some of the things I didn't know I needed were recognized. And it was like coming to spend an hour to feel better with an amazing doctor, but also with a friend. It wasn't just, hey, let's work the muscles. It was, let's tell you about what muscles you need to work. And I learned a lot from my sessions, but I also felt a lot of emotional support. And, the fact that this injury that I'm dealing with does transcend beyond physical, it has affected me emotionally. It is a trauma, that was touched upon from the first session with Santo. And I really hold that dear to my heart because the ability for me to recover is not just on a physical level, it's also what I believe in my mind. And here at Victory, they're very good at making sure you feel empowered throughout your recovery. On top of not being able to drive, I couldn't do, really normal things like just getting up to grab something for my kids, or standing in the kitchen and cooking a meal, or even doing dishes, helping my son get dressed, or, even things like waking up in the middle of the night because one of the kids, well, my son really, he's the little one, needs me, just felt really tasking for me. So this injury really came in between my passion of being a mother, because I am basically a mom Uber. I'm a yoga teacher, so teaching yoga is not only my passion, practicing yoga is my passion, but it's also my business. And, I make money by creating online content, also teaching yoga teacher trainings, all of which require me to be able to practice yoga, to move my body. And the first thing I thought when I injured myself and I wasn't able to bear weight on my leg, I thought, how am I going to work? How am I going to do what I love as well? I'm relatively active outside of doing yoga. And that was really, really scary for me. I remember just crying lots and lots the first couple of days, because I really didn't know. I didn't have enough information or experience yet to know how long it would take, if I could ever, do certain postures. we spend so much time and money on the quality of our life. And a lot of times, we're looking to buy things that will make us feel better, whether it be our clothing or, our shoes, or maybe even, face care, and we spend money on our hair and all sorts of things. And I've come to realize that this body that I live in is probably the most important thing to take care of, because when I hurt my knee, I couldn't be a mom the way I wanted to be. I couldn't really work because in my line of work, I have to be able to use my body. And it really hindered my life, the quality of my life. And what, people think is, oh, I've got to go to physical therapy because I've hurt myself. And what I believe now is that if there's just small things going on, small things that bother you, neck pain, shoulder pain, something small that you think isn't a big deal, going and taking care of that is actually so important, because what's going on in your body is usually a mirror of what's going on in your mind. And if you want to feel good, feeling good in your body is so important. And in order to do that, you need to learn about it. And one of the best places to learn about it, I've spent, a long time learning about my body, but there are things that I've learned about my body here through physical therapy that I really wouldn't have known before or thought about before. And through this injury, through, Santo at Victory Performance, I've really been able to link my mindset with, how good or how bad I feel in my body. Because in my first session with him, he brought that up. He brought it up that I've gone through a trauma, that I need to believe in myself. One of the things that I enjoy most about coming to Victory Performance is that I don't have to wait. I know for some of you, it might not be a big deal, but for those of you who relate, going to a doctor's office usually means waiting. And I find myself waiting longer than my actual appointment with my doctor. And here, I never have to wait. It's very personal. I come in, get my workout done. It's fun. We chat. We know each other. We know each other's lives and kids. And it's really, really fun. Not to mention there's really awesome hand soap in the bathroom. Injuries can be incredibly stressful. I know that mine is still, and was at the time, really, really something that stressed me out. It also made me sad. And what brings you into physical therapists or physical therapy is usually when something is wrong with you, which now I believe, you should be going to a physical therapist just for prehab, because eventually something's going to happen if you have a small pain somewhere or repetitive stress injuries here and there. But for me, I had to get injured to come in. And what I really, really have taken away from my time here is that it's not transactional. In past experiences with other physical therapists, I'd go get some sort of treatment done. It's not very personal, and then I leave and I have to come back, and it just kind of works with each transaction. But each time I've gotten treatment here, it's taught me something that I can then do every day if I so choose. It's given me something that I leave with and I feel stronger with, whether it be emotional or something physical. And each time I come back, I don't feel like we're just, doing this appointment because I've paid for it. It's more like, I'm learning more and more about my body. I'm getting stronger, and it's empowering me to be able to, do what I do on a daily basis, whether it's be a mom or to work and do my job that I did previous to my injury. But it's also at the same time making me feel like I'm stronger than I was before my injury. I'm much more informed about the muscles in my body, about how my body, works to my advantage and sometimes not. And, I found I've made new friends here as well. It's like a little family. Hi, I'm Briohny Smyth. I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur.